Hey YouTube, I'm going to be showing you a quick deck tech of my modern mono green Infect deck. Here it is right here. And I'll go ahead and give you a quick rundown of the contents of the deck. We have 4 Inkmoth Nexus, 4 Cathedral of War, 2 Pendelhaven, and I believe, what is this, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 forests. The creatures of the deck are Inkmoth Nexus, Glistener Elf, and Ichorclaw Mirror. The pump spell package we have is 4 Rancor, 4 Mutagenic Growth, 4 Giant Growth, and 4 Groundswell. Our protection package is 4 Vines of Vastwood and 4 Apostle's Blessing. We have a couple of Dismember for some removal, and 4 Sylvan Scrying, which are additional copies of Inkmoth Nexus, Cathedral of War, and Pendelhaven, and sometimes, in very rare situations, another forest. Quick look at the sideboard will show we have a couple of Dismember, a couple more removal spells, 2 Guttural Response, Spellskite, 3 Tormod's Crypt, 4 Nature's Claim, and a lands package of 1 Bujoku Bog, 1 Ghost Quarter, and 1 Sejuri Steep. Basically, the idea of this deck is to play an Infect creature, whether it be your land creature or a Glistener Elf or an Ichorclaw Mirror, play a bunch of pump spells, and kill your opponent in one swing. That's Magical Christmas Land, obviously. What actually ends up happening, what's more likely to happen, is that you'll have to kill your opponent over multiple turns, which is why it includes a heavy amount of spells that are designed to save your creatures from removal, because that's something you're going to run into. There are primers on the internet for this. This deck has been developed for a long time. I believe there's a user named Ultra Magnus who's been spearheading the development of this. But anyways, yeah, so here's my list. It's a lot of 4-ups. I like consistency. Obviously, there are better versions that are more colors, but this is more of a budget deck. I mean, obviously, not my version, but you could make this for not a whole lot of money if you wanted to. The sideboard decisions are pretty obvious. The removal is for when you need more removal. Guttural Response is for when you're playing against a deck playing a blue. Tormod's Crypt for graveyard decks. The Spellskite and the Nature's Claims are for aggressive decks. Nature's Claims specifically very good against Pod. And then the land package, each land is pretty self-explanatory. The Sejuri Steep giving protection is good against decks with lots of removal. The Ghost Quarter is good against things like Tron, and sort of okay against Scape Shift, but mostly just very powerful against Tron and Manlands. And the Bujoku Bog, really good against graveyard decks. So with the package of Sylvan Scrying, you basically have 5 copies of each of those tutor targets. So the deck's fairly consistent, does the same thing every game. It's not as explosive as it could be. You could be running Might of Old Krosa. I was for a while, but it just kind of makes more sense to run Giant Growth, because Might of Old Krosa can't really save your creatures from a Lightning Bolt, and Lightning Bolt is one of the premier removal spells in the format, so you really want to be able to deal with that. It's something that you're almost certainly going to run into, and having a 1-mana green counterspell for Lightning Bolt is pretty good. Anyways, so that's the list. If you have any questions about it, be sure to look up Mono Green Infect, or Infect. The Salvation Forums has the primer where it was developed. Or you can leave a question in the comments section. Anyways, have a good one.